In the beginning of the story, we are shown a school in Bangkok whose name is Pantana Vitaya. This is the most strict school in Bangkok. People say that even the most stubborn and spoiled students have improved after coming to this school. There are a total of 427 rules in this school which must always be followed. These rules are so many that a whole book has been written on them. And whoever breaks these rules, even if by mistake, he will be given the strictest punishment. This is why students are very scared in this school and just follow the rules like puppets. And if we talk about the teachers, they are very heartless, strict, and cruel. Teachers love to oppress students, and this is why the school has lost its charm. And now this school is colorless, i.e. black and white. It is against the rule to bring any colorful thing in the school, and only the principal can wear a colorful dress here. Now a new student comes to this school whose name is Nano. Nano is a very cheerful girl who loves to have fun. But as soon as she enters through the school gate, and everything turns black and white. Then Nano comes to the class, and a teacher asks her to give her introduction. Nano agrees to the teacher's words and greets her new classmate. In response, the students smile a little. Now the class begins and Nano sits with a shy-looking girl. Nano tries to talk to her, but the girl does not give her any reply. Then Nano opens her bag after a while and accidentally drops her lipstick whose color is dark red. And bringing any colorful thing in the school is against the rules. Now the students notice her lipstick, but right before the teacher sees it, the shy girl picks up the lipstick, on which Nano thanks her and puts the lipstick back in the bag. Then after a while, the discipline in charge of the school comes to the class whose name is Lisa. And she is the most strict and cruel teacher in the school. The children are so scared of this teacher that everyone's pants get wet just by looking at her. Today Lisa has come to the class to check the children's bags. And when it's time to get Nano's bag checked, she refuses to get her bag checked. But Lisa snatches her bag and starts checking it. Now the whole class was waiting in fear that now Lisa will get that lipstick. But that lipstick was not in her bag because Nano had hidden the lipstick somewhere else. And now Nano passes a lot of confident smile, after which Lisa also goes out of the class. After this, Nano starts showing her real face, which had only come to the school for this reason, to completely change the rules of this school and punish these teachers for being so strict with the children. Nano had no intention of making a new friend or studying. Her only purpose is to punish the teachers. Now Nano starts putting lipstick in front of all the students, and the students are very surprised to see the rule breaking for the first time. Now in the next scene, we see Nano with Shy Girl in the cafeteria. That girl talks to him and tells him that Nano, you will have to be very careful in school. She says that a few days ago, 2 students broke the rule, because of which they were locked in a scary room and they have been there for 3 days. Nano does not get scared at all after hearing this and starts laughing. Then suddenly Lisa comes there and sees Nano's red lips. She strongly removes her lipstick and gives Nano a punishment that Nano will have to memorize every rule from the book, even while standing outside in the scorching sun. Now the school's minions were watching her and Nano was laughing while reading every rule. Many students and teachers were watching Nano behaving like this. Then Lisa comes there and Nano burns the rule book with a lighter in front of her. Students now think Nano is crazy, but then Nano says that there is no such rule in the book, which says that you cannot burn this book. Now Nano is taken to the scary room and 2 speakers are kept next to him, and in these speakers, all the rules of the book were being played in a loud voice. Now even in such a loud voice, Nano was sitting there happily and enjoying laughing. Then the next day, Nano comes back to the class and she was wearing a green ribbon on her hair, and they do a sign show of disobeying in the green ribbon school. Now her classmates were very surprised to see her back in the class so soon. Then Nano tells them that she has memorized all 427 rules, and she says that the scary room was not scary at all, and if we all students break the rules together then we can party here. Now the classmates were listening to her very carefully, and then Lisa comes there, and she gets very shocked to see Nano here because she did not remember when she released Nano from the scary room. Lisa now tells Nano to follow the rules strictly, but in response, Nano says that these rules are very useless. Now Lisa takes Nano to the scary room again, so that she can punish her even more. As soon as Lisa enters the room, she flashes Nano's eyes and asks her to repeat the rules again and again. And all this goes on like this all day. Then the next day, Nano comes back to the class, and this time Nano had dyed her hair purple. Now many students in the class had sided with her because gradually the fear in all the children was disappearing, and Nano, was also gradually succeeding in her mission. Now Lisa takes her to the scary room again, and there she asks her, "What do you want?" Nano starts laughing loudly, and then she tells Lisa that I want the whole school system to change, and the rules that prevent students from their freedom should be completely abolished. Now Lisa gets very angry and pulls Nano's tongue with a tongue in punishment. We see that Nano was still laughing even after enduring so much pain. After this, Lisa was thinking about Nano sitting in her office that a new student comes there whose name is Yuri. She tells Lisa that I know Nano well because before this they were studying in the same school. Yuri requests Lisa to make her the head inspector because she is the only girl who can cure Nano. But Lisa does not believe her. Then Yuri takes out her phone and shows the group chat of the students in which the students were talking about going against the school system and were making a plan to break the rules. Yuri tells her that she is keeping an eye on the children of the group by making a fake ID. Now seeing this, Lisa gets impressed and agrees to make her the head inspector. Then in the next scene, we see that the students talking against the rules are being punished, and these students will have to sit in this position all night. Now as the days go by, Yuri starts gaining more and more trust in Lisa, and then soon she gets access to her office. Then one day, she goes to Lisa's office quietly and starts looking at some confidential documents, which tells us that Yuri has some other purpose in coming to this school. Nano also comes back to her class, and she was able to speak while a few days earlier Lisa had pulled her tongue. Now she comes to her desk, and she gets an envelope with a red ribbon on which it was written "Top Secret." Now Nano smiles and opens the envelope in excitement. Now we see the scene a few hours later in which Nano has picked up a lot of posters. Then she finds Yuri, who is wearing the same ribbon that was on the envelope. It was clear that the envelope was sent by Yuri. Nano was in a hurry, and she tells Yuri to stay aside. After a while, Nano goes to the top floor and starts putting up the posters. Then Lisa comes there and stops her from doing so. She asks her what is in these posters. Then Nano smiles and tells that it has all the information that has been corrupted in this school. Every year the government gives crores of rupees to the school so that they can make these schools better and better. While 5% of these funds were not spent on the facility of the school. The school is still very dirty and the rooms are completely useless. And forget about the taste of food. Now it was clear that the teachers of the school were keeping all that money with them. As soon as Lisa hears this, she starts snatching posters from him and stops Nano. At the same time, Yuri was also standing there, which starts recording everything. Then after a while, Yuri comes there and pushes Nano from the balcony, and Nano falls down and dies. Now all the children of the school are very scared to see such a death of Nano, after which Yuri drops all the posters so that the students know how corrupt the teachers are. And then she sends the recorded video in the group chat, so that everyone feels that Lisa is responsible for Nano's death. Now Yuri's plan works. And as soon as the students see the video and posters, all the students go crazy with anger. The students start running after the teacher in anger and start beating Lisa and the other teachers. After this, all the teachers are brought to the main hall of the school. And then Yuri goes ahead and announces that now no student will follow the rules. All the crimes that have been committed on students for years, all the rules will now have to be followed by the teachers. And those teachers who do not follow the rules will be punished in the scary room. Now Yuri tells all the teachers to write their confessions on paper. Many teachers agree, but Lisa refuses to write anything. Now the children get very angry, and one of them starts strangling Lisa. And because of all this, Lisa dies. Then when the students see Lisa dead, they all run after the boy who strangled Lisa. Some say that this boy should be sent to the scary room. Some say that this boy should be hanged. Then the school principal comes there with a gun in his hand and tells everyone to stand in one place and free the teachers. The principal gives the students a chance that if they start following the rules again and never make such an atmosphere in this school again, then he will forgive them. He will even forgive Lisa's murder. Now some students start apologizing to him in fear, but some of them were still silent, including Yuri. Then the students who did not listen to the principal, he puts them in a place so that he can punish them. First of all, he calls Yuri because he started all this. Now the principal picks up a sword so that he can cut Yuri's head. But then Nano comes there, who had blood on his clothes. Along with this, you can also see 3 other versions of him. One of them had a cut tongue, one was wearing a green ribbon, and the last one was a fresh student. Now we know that whenever Nano was put in the scary room, a new version of him replaced his old version. And that's why she always punished and came back to class. Now, all 4 versions of Nano close the door and lock the teacher. And then that version of Nano, who had died a while ago, goes to the principal and tells him to put his gun down. But the principal does not listen to him and points the gun at him. Then all the students take out their mobile phones and come live on the internet and start recording the principal's video, who wants to kill his students in the name of discipline. Now the principal gets scared to see all this and throws his gun down, after which all the students catch him. Then Yuri tries to run away from there, but Nano stops him. Now the students have no fear of punishment, and they will be able to live like normal students. In the last scene of the story, Nano locks Yuri and the other teachers in the scary room and leaves from there, because now his mission was complete. And with this story ends here.